What's up, everybody? Time to do a little video on crypto security. But before we get started, I want to throw a big shout out to everybody that makes this happen, and family out there, everybody over at CCT, Joe, Kurt, Rev, all the admins that keep the space spam free. 51% crew, crypto trading for women's group. We're all there to make these things happen for you guys, the community. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a free ledger. And I'll give you the details, but guess what? You're going to have to sit through a nice, long, boring video about me talking about crypto security, because that's how important I feel it is. And I always make posts about it, and everybody jumps up and down, rants and raves, always has some comment to say, but you need to practice proper security. It's that simple. I cannot stress this enough. And basically, when you have Bitcoins, or any crypto for that matter, you store them in your own Bitcoin wallets. In effect, you are your own bank. So essentially, you don't have FDIC insurance or any of these great benefits that the banks give you as far as protection-wise. So you need to take the proper steps to protect your own crypto. It's that simple, and I can't stress it enough to you guys. So I'm going to highlight a couple key points, and yeah, I know I'm wearing sunglasses because I have a bad tendency to look at the screen and not the camera up here. So it makes my eyes always looking down. So yeah, I'm wearing sunglasses. So basically, if you see me looking down, don't mind, because I got some notes here, pages of them, because I didn't want to miss anything. So first and foremost is you need to get some type of hardware device, whether it's a ledger, a Trezor, keep key, or the very common ones that everybody seems to like. But you need to get something like that. Spend the $100 or whatever it is and have peace of mind. Basically, what this device does is, everybody thinks it stores your Bitcoins or your Ether or whatever. That's not true. Your coins never leave the blockchain. What this device does is it stores your private keys. And you have several keys that you need to make a transaction work. You have a public key and a private key. And this stores your private key offline. And it's got to be plugged in to your computer, and you got to go through some security questions and things like that, PIN number, all that, to protect yourself before you can make these coins move. It's just a little tiny device, and basically like a USB stick. Opens up, plug it in. It's that simple. Now, anybody can use it after a couple tries. So I highly advise that if you don't win the one we're giving away, then go ahead and get yourself one. I mean, this is how seriously I take it. I can't stress it enough. I practice what I preach, and that's what it comes down to, where I probably have 16, 17, 18 of these things now. So I can't stress it enough. But basically, get a hardware device. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the links in the description below for Trezor, Keep Key, Ledger. Check them out. Decide what is best for you. Most people prefer the Ledger, but they're all going to essentially work for the intended purpose. Another couple key factors that we got into discussion before, and I really didn't realize people didn't know these things. I didn't know it was commonly not known, like about passwords and just basic general security that you need to practice. And I wrote up a couple things, and basically, you need to have a dedicated email for crypto. Whether it is, Proton Mail, or you go ahead and go to GoDaddy and buy yourself a domain name and host your own email. But stay away from Gmail. Stay away from Ymail. Do not use Google Mail. Just don't do it. They're just prone for attacks. They don't care. There's some big corporate enterprise that all they want to do is advertise and make money. They don't truly care. So you read in the news all the time that these things are hacked and this and that, and just stay away. I advise to use Proton Mail. It's free. You can create as many as you want in less than 5 minutes each. So go ahead, I'll leave the link down below for Proton Mail also. Get yourself a dedicated email for just crypto and only use it for crypto. Don't give it to your mom, don't use it for work, don't be ordering crap online, nothing like that. Don't give this email out to anybody. Just use it for crypto and things like that. Every single password you make for every different application needs to be different. Do not use the same password across the board. You can't do it. Because if they get one, they're going to get you all. It's that simple. So have a dedicated email for just crypto. No Gmail, no Ymail, none of that Yahoo crap. Proton Mail is the best, I would say, if you ask my opinion. Like I said, host it with GoDaddy or something. Get yourself a domain name and make sure you're protected that way. Have a different password for every single account you have and never use the same password twice. I'll tell you in a minute how to create a password or password phrase, and we'll show you that. So basically what you do is you think of a phrase, and it's a lot easier to remember if you don't want to store it in a password keeper like 1Password or something, or write it down. So think of a phrase. Don't use something common like your kid's birthday or your favorite football team, or that's all a no-no. No, 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 no. Don't do it, please. You got to think of a phrase that you can remember, and then you can always shorten this phrase. And it makes it very difficult to do brute force attacks and things like that on it, or just straight up guessing your password. For example, I took the dog for a walk yesterday. Something so simple that you can remember that phrase. And then you add a character and a number, make one of the letters capital. It's that simple. My wife is a total bitch. How can you forget that? Then you add a character and a number. If you want to pause the screen, look at this. This is how you make a password. See how you add a character, take the first letter for the phrase? You can even use the entire phrase if you want to. That's fine too. That's probably even better because it's more characters, but this is the common way to create passwords and have them different for every single account that you have. Where am I at now? I'm going to refer back to my notes. I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to keep it real and keep talking. If you do want to use a password manager, get something like 1Password where it's encrypted or something like that. But you got to have these all set up. They'll have autofill and create these passwords like I just showed you on that paper, and it makes it really simple. And you can have it and store it for every other one. Then if you're going to have to keep something on the exchange, make sure you have some type of two-factor authentication, a second layer of security. It's very important. Google Authenticator, Authy, something like that enabled on your account where you have to have two separate devices to access and move something. There's no worse feeling in the world, I'm sure, than waking up, trying to log into your account and seeing it's empty. Have as many layers of protection as possible. Yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass to go through all this stuff and log in, get your phone, plug in your key and all this crazy stuff, but you got to do it. It's that simple. And do not use a second layer authentication text message. They are known for hacking. Like the text message it'll send you to put the little number in, don't use them. Use an application or something if you have to, but do not use those text messages. Where am I at here? Let's see. I checked that off the list. Check that off the list. Hardware wallet. Two-factor authentication. Next, whitelisting an IP address. Most people don't know about this, but what you can do is you can go in, set up your accounts on the exchange where the IP address that you log in automatically from every time you can have it whitelisted. That way, only approved withdrawals will come out when you're using that IP address. The only issue with this one is you have to have a static IP. If you have a dynamic IP, what that is when the internet service provider will change your IP address as they see fit. So it'll revolve, or whenever they need to change something or they're doing whatever. So you need to have a static IP for this. Whitelist your addresses, your withdrawal addresses. Once you get something like a hardware device, create an address in it, whitelist it. What that does is that will give the opportunity to only withdraw to that approved address. So that is another layer of protection you can use. That way that a hacker can't come in. If they do get past all your 2FA, all your security features, you did something stupid and got into your phishing links or whatever, and they got you, then they're going to have to change the address somehow, and you can only withdraw to your address. It's that simple. Make sure you do it. All these things are necessary. They're a pain in the ass, but we got to do them. You got to have protection. As far as going out in public, like public Wi-Fi, no. Don't go out into public Wi-Fi and start logging into all your accounts. Don't go sit down at the coffee shop, because this is just a security breach heaven. There's going to be people out there in this world that are not honest, and they want what you have. So they'll just try to take it. So be careful about where you go online, and when you're using a device that has a wallet on it, dangerous websites and risky Wi-Fi networks put your wallet at risk. At the same time, do not leave your computer unattended or lend it to anyone either. There's just dishonest people out there, and we can't have these type of things. So it's another thing you can do to protect yourself. Here's another one. Slack. It's getting bad, guys. It's getting bad. And I advise, don't even join Slack. I deleted most of mine. Like, it's not essential. But if you have to join Slack and you want to join Slack to find the information, which is understandable, make yourself a dedicated email. Make an entire separate email, Proton Mail, link in the description. 5 minutes, you can create an email. Only use that email for Slack. Do not use the same email that you use for trading or wallets or any of your crypto. Have a dedicated email just for Slack. That will decrease the risk of you clicking some phishing link. They got all these My Ethereum wallets, Mu is this, and they're upgrading this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. And it sounds all fancy, but it's bullshit. It is bullshit. Do not click those links. They are trying to phish you. It's that simple. So if you know that link is in that dedicated email, no. Don't click it. It's not going to work. They're doing phishing scams through Google Ads, all the Slack groups, and they look official, man. They're spending the time on this, and you need to check that you have those addresses, for example, Bitfinex, Bittrex. Save them to your favorites once you manually type them and verify them yourself. Don't just go Google and Bitfinex or Bittrex and click them, because what they're doing is Google Ads, and they're going to change it. And it's not going to be Bittrex. It's going to be BL or something different. And it's going to take you to their website, and they're going to hijack you right off the bat, and they're going to tear you apart. So don't do it. Save these to your favorites. I can't stress that enough. I pretty much see a post several times a week about this, that somebody got jammed up doing this. Oh, my camera's out of focus. Hold on. There we go. So phishing, there's just dishonest people out there, and please protect yourself. This is another reason why it's good to have a hardware device and store your stuff there. You don't want to get phished and go and enter your private keys or anything, or type your password in your 2FA, because they will get you. Let's see. We'll check that one off the list. Check the locks on the website. There's going to be a little lock-looking thing up here on top by the web browser. It's important when using a web wallet or an exchange to ensure that there's an SSL security mark in the address window of your web browser. This stands for Secure Site Seal and ensures that your browsing is encrypted. The website should begin with HTTPS rather than HTTP, and you should notice a lock signal next to your URL. This is critical when dealing with wallets and exchanges, so it's just going to take a quick glance of the eye up to the top of the screen. All right, cool. And make sure it says what it says. Bitfinex, Bittrex, Coinbase, whatever you're using. Make sure it's the right website. If you don't decide or can't afford a Ledger or a Trezor or KeepKey or something like that, you still need to secure your private keys offline. And you need to keep a high security backup. And before all these cool little devices came out and all these things that make it a lot easier for everybody, back in the day for us old heads, we would store our keys offline. But what we would do is we would store them and encrypt them and break them up into multiple pieces. So you can have your key broken up into 3 or 4 places, or 2, or however many you feel is necessary. That way it's all stored together. That's another thing that you can do as far as, if you can't afford a Ledger or something, but please practice proper safety. This helps also in case your computer accidentally gets lost or stolen or destroyed, or your hard drive gets cooked or something, anything. Like, at least you don't lose everything. We work too hard, so protect it. That's off the list. I could go on for hours about this. I'm just trying to give you guys some basics that are going to up your levels of security and run a contest or whatnot. Sorry about that. I got a company messaging me for that noise. Web wallets. Do not use web wallets that are controlled by a third party like Coinbase. You don't have the private keys, you don't own the Bitcoins. It's that simple. And it's like a web wallet is hosted wallet by somebody else and a third party. It's like entrusting your Bitcoins to another company. Although it might be easier, not all of them provide a higher level of security to all your Bitcoins that are needed. Yeah, they probably do have good security, but why take the chance? Don't be lazy. Get them to a wallet that you have the keys to. Make backups of everything. And another thing, man, I'm just going down knocking these out. That's off the list. That's off the list. Thing nobody really wants to talk about, and I really don't want to address this either, but how do I say this? You need to protect yourself and your family as far as death. None of us know when our last day is going to be. One of us could walk out here and, God forbid, please, I hope it doesn't happen, but they could get hit by a bus, a car accident, a plane crash. I mean, and just get killed. So you need to have some way to have your family informed, or someone you trust, or your loved ones, or even your lawyer. That's what I do. I have everything in my lawyer's safe, and he has instructions with it to how to access this stuff. Because the last thing you want to do is, unforeseen circumstances, have a death, and your family's worried about, how are we going to pay for this funeral? It's already a bad enough time in life. So they shouldn't have to stress about money, especially if you got 100, 200, 300, 400, $500 million sitting there in crypto, and your family doesn't know about it. And they're struggling to pay your funeral expenses. So have everything backed up to the point where somebody you trust has this information and has some type of instruction how to access this stuff. It's not said too much, but it's important. Like, have backups of your authenticator keys and your private keys and all this stuff where they can access it. And God forbid anybody's in this situation. You can even leave my name on Facebook and tell your family, hey, you know, something happens to me, here's the private keys. And this guy Todd, just message him and he'll walk you through the steps. Don't give him any of the private keys or any of the information or anything, but hey, you know, he'll help you access this stuff and tell you what you need to do to get it. You know, I don't mind. Like, put my name in there, give him my URL or whatever. I'm just tell him, message me, 911 emergency. I get a million messages, sorry. Like, you know, but I'd be more than glad to help your family out. It's got to be done. So, enough about the bad stuff. You know, let's get the security up to protocol, and everybody can have a happy trading, and happy investing, whatever your thing is. And it's that simple. So, where are we at now? I hope I covered everything, but I'm sure I left a couple things out. But these are just some basic things that you need to do to add those layers of protection. And $100, man. $100. Like, come on. It's that big. It's tiny. Like, just get one. And don't have to worry about it. And hopefully you win this free one. That's why I'm giving these away, because I practice what I preach, and I want the community to know that I'm serious. So, contest time. How should we run this? Let's say, all right, it's Sunday, 2:30 my time. I'll probably post this video in the next, half hour or something once I get it uploaded. But let's say Wednesday. Wednesday we'll pick a winner. What you got to do is, you got to subscribe to this channel. You got to like this video. I'm going to post the link to it in CCT. And, hey Joe, you know what time it is. Time for payback. Let's tag Joe Blackburn and tell him how much you love him. So, what we're going to do is we're going to tag Joe in the comments to this video on CCT. We're going to tell Joe how much we love Joe. And then, sometime on Wednesday, I don't know, whenever I get done work or whatnot, Wednesday evening Eastern Standard Time sometime, give you guys plenty of time to, watch the video. Make sure that you are taking proper safety protocols. Oh no, I got another good idea. Not only are we going to tag Joe to tell him how much we love him, we're going to put in the comment what you did and learned from this video that you changed to heighten your security. If you didn't change anything and all these security protocols you're already done, then tell me that. That way I can gauge on how much the community knows and how much help we need. If you have a question, I'll do my best to answer it. Do that, though, in the comments of the YouTube. Let's keep the Facebook post to just telling Joe how much we love him, and we're going to tell everybody what we learned from this video and what we did from this video to improve our security. If you don't follow these steps, then you will be disqualified. So, like the video on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to check all these. Tag Joe and tell him how much we love him. Tell us what you learned from this video and what steps you've taken to provide better security. If you want to act like an asshole or troll this post, I'm just going to disqualify you, because this is a serious matter. And we'll take it Wednesday. We'll get a Facebook randomizer, and I'll upload everybody's names from the comments. We'll randomize it. One lucky winner is going to get this sent. It will be shipped directly from Ledger. I'll need your address, your information. The only thing I can't guarantee is, hopefully customs or whatever. I'm not even going to fool with your country. That's just going to be impossible for me to try to figure out your customs rules. So you might have to pay a few bucks in customs maybe. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. But customs will be on your responsibility. I will take care of as far as paying for it and shipping it directly to you directly from Ledger. Anything past that's your responsibility. Sorry, I just can't keep up with all these countries, man. But hopefully, you know, we can get it to you and have a lucky winner. All the links will be below. Proton Mail, Ledger. I'll throw the Keep Key links, the Trezor links, all these. Go check them out. You know, and get your safety and protocol up. Guess let me get to uploading this. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll be around.